So hello everyone and welcome to Career Launcher. So in today's class we are going to discuss about the Bar Council of India, and I'm sure you must be aware it has been very much in the news in the recent few days. So we'll discuss about it, why it was in the news, and we will discuss in detail about the functions of the Bar Council of India also in this class. So let us start with today's class. I'm sure you must be aware what happened was actually few days back the Bar Council of India chairman had written something that those NALSAR students who are 2026 pass out, they will not be registered as an advocates. And actually the Bar Council of India wrote to State Bar Council for that. Because it is the State Bar Councils who actually generally register the lawyers or the advocates. So what happened was a lot of hue and cry happened and he had to reverse the decision, etc. So we'll be talking about it in detail about this, what exactly happened. And we will discuss about the Bar Council of India, the functions of it in detail about this. So I'm sure you must be aware NALSAR University, which is one of the topmost universities as far or law college, I would say, which is actually there in Hyderabad. So what had actually happened was the convocation ceremony of the NALSAR student for those who are 2026 passing out batch. They were supposed to be held very soon, and there were plans perhaps that Chief Justice of India, Justice Suryakant, will be invited as a guest. What happened was the outgoing NALSAR students, they wrote a letter to the administration, to the university administration or the NALSAR college administration that please do not call him. Why they were unhappy with the way the current CJI had handled that situation on 28th July. I'm sure what happened on 28th July. There was a march on Sansad march that happened, and that was primarily led by because this actually was followed by NEET exam paper leak. A lot of students protested under Cockroach Janata Party, etc. and all these things. On 20th July, they walked from Jantar Mantar to Parliament March. We have seen incidents where actually police actually beaten the students, etc. There were reports of pellet guns being fired, etc. And what happened was the next day these news actually came in that when some lawyer went to actually request to initiate a PIL or something like that, the CJI said we don't have time to watch, don't waste our time. These actually statements came out and it became viral. Later on the CJI clarified it also, that these things, that nobody had filed a proper petition, it was just an oral hearing or something like that. So he has given the clarification. But of course when these statements came out in the media and it got published, that please do not waste our time, we are not interested in watching our these videos, we don't have time, etc. So of course it was not liked by the students, and then outgoing NALSAR students wrote to the CJI, wrote to the NALSAR administration that please do not invite him in the convocation ceremony. Now the moment this happened, after that Bar Council of India chairman, he wrote to all the state bar councils not to register all those, the entire pass out student, all the 2026 pass out student of NALSAR Hyderabad. And we are not sure that all the students had written this letter or not. There were reports that yes, a good number of students had written, but we are not sure that all the students had written. There was agreement on all the students of 2026 batch. But Bar Council of India chairman, he wrote letter to the State Bar Council that whosoever is passing from NALSAR Hyderabad in 2026, they are actually banned from, they are not supposed to get admitted as an advocate, or they should not be registered under State Bar Council. A lot of hue and cry happened in the social media. And after it, after few hours after he posted that on social media, he's supposed to actually withdraw it. After huge backlash, etc. A lot of people said. Next day, actually, all these things happened in one day. On the same day, 13th August, he posted it. On the same day, actually, he had to reverse his decision. Then, actually, next day, the matter was some lawyers approached the CJI, and CJI was also not very happy. Okay. That why are you intervening between me and the students? Student and NALSAR opposed the invite to CJI Suryakant as the university's convocation guest, etc. Because they were unhappy. Not only that, there are reports that the batches of 2027, 28, 29, 30 and 31, from there almost 380 students expressed the solidarity with the 2026 batch. So these things were in the news. And our concerns arise from the refusal of Honorable Supreme Court. That is what they wrote in the letter, that we are not happy the way Honorable Supreme Court of India led by CJI refusal to allow urgent plea hearing of the brutal police action on 20th July. So that's why, since the CGI did not immediately hear that petition, that's why they were unhappy with that. In a separate letter, the 2030 batch, who's a very young batch, as reported on record, the CGI made comments, please do not waste our time, we don't have time. So again, the same line was used, and that's why they were not happy with that. And what happened was, yes, we have discussed that Mr. Manan Kumar Mishra, the BCI chairman, he wrote a letter to all the state bar councils that whosoever is obtaining law degree, pass out 2026, NALSAR Hyderabad students shall not be enrolled as an advocate in any state bar council. Now, so these things were there, and after that, so the argument that he gave, Mr. Manan Kumar Mishra, was that you are supposed to have respectful attitude towards the court and avoid strikes. You should not have disregard to the highest judicial office. Highest judicial office means Chief Justice of India. Means he said that we are taking a disciplinary action. That was the argument, that you should not misbehave. Now, the other argument was, which was the other side of argument was that freedom of dissent is a part of fundamental right under Article 19. So there's a difference. Basically, one argument is you can disagree with someone under Article 19. So under 19(1)(a) talks about freedom of speech and expression. Article 19(1)(g) was also quoted. Right to practice profession of your own choice. This is a fundamental right. Right to profession is also a fundamental right. So basically what happened was, on the other side, Mr. Manan Kumar Mishra said we are taking disciplinary action because it is indiscipline. You are disrespecting the highest judicial office. So these were the two arguments. Okay. So basically he said that he is not supposed to be expected or a sensible advocate, teacher or judge. So means he said that actually basically students are not supposed to boycott them or appeal to them, that he's not supposed to come, etc. like that. However, Mr. Vikas Singh is the senior advocate and president of Supreme Court Bar Association. This is different from Bar Council of India. Do not get confused. We will explain the difference. Mr. Vikas Singh was a senior advocate and the Supreme Court Bar Association president. He wrote a letter to the BCI chairman that what you are doing is arbitrary, illegal and disproportionate and fundamentally unsustainable. Arbitrary means it is not illegal, means this is not legally valid, and arbitrary, disproportionate. For example, if some students have written a letter to the academy, to the administration of NALSAR not to invite CGI, and you are punishing him for the rest of his life by banning his career. So basically it is said that punishment should be proportional to the crime committed or mistakes, whatever it is. It should not be considered as a crime, but of course, it maybe some of you might agree that this might be a mistake or they should not have done it. It is indiscipline or whatever it is. But he said that it is disproportionate. Means if they wrote a letter, which is actually in a peaceful way, like they did not use any sort of violence. They actually conveyed their disagreement in a non-violent way. And if you are punishing them for the rest of the life, that okay, we will ban you from being enrolled as an advocate, that is a disproportionate punishment. And these are being used in the legal system a lot. For example, if someone has actually stolen 10 rupees, I'm just giving example to explain what is the meaning of disproportionate punishment. If someone has stolen 10 rupees, yes, it is a punishment, but you cannot actually send him to jail for 10 years. Stealing 10 rupees cannot lead to punishment for 10 years, right? It has to be proportional, right? That is the idea behind this. Or the mistakes or the crime committed by the person or whatever you can say. And so that's what he said, and fundamentally unsustainable. He talked about Article 19(1)(g), which talks about right to profession. So you are blocking the person, all those candidates, from pursuing their career in the advocate for the rest of the life, which is actually very disproportionate. Even if you consider that letter to be a mistake, or you consider that this is an indiscipline, the punishment should be proportionate. That is what Mr. Vikas Singh wrote to the BCI chairman. BCI chairman is Mr. Manan Kumar Mishra. Then other members of Bar Council, etc. also expressed the opinion. That of course a lot of people, Abhijit Deepke, Cockroach Janata Party, they also wrote that if Chairman Manan Kumar Mishra does not withdraw this order immediately, then all law students advocates will actually protest outside the Bar Council. That is what Cockroach Janata Party wrote, etc. in a statement. So later on the same day, actually, he decided to modify the order, means he withdrew all those orders, which he had actually written it to the Bar Council, State Bar Council. Why State Bar Council? Because it is the State Bar Council who registered them as advocates under Advocates Act 1961. Okay. Now let us talk something about the Bar Council of India. So Bar Council of India, it is different from Supreme Court Bar Association, High Court Bar Association. Do not get confused. Bar Council of India is at national level. State bar councils are there in every states. Okay, this has to be very crystal clear. So Bar Council of India, it is a statutory body. Means it is formed as a result of a law made by the Parliament, and that is Advocates Act 1961. See what it is? That regulates legal practice in India and legal education in India. It has members which are elected from the lawyers body, from among the lawyers. It describes professional conduct, etiquette, exercise, disciplinary jurisdiction over the bar. Bar means the lawyers. It also sets standard for legal education and grants recognition to universities. So they recognizes universities. The Bar Council of India, universities means the legal universities, who provides law degrees. Okay. Chairman is Mr. Manan Kumar Mishra, and he is actually in the center of the controversy. A lot of things happen, Now, let us say, we are not going in that detail, but you should know that when the first Bar Council initially was made, the Mr. M.C. Setalwal, who was the first Attorney General of India, he was made the first chairman. And Mr. C.K. Daptari, who was the first Solicitor General, he was made the vice chairman of the Bar Council of India. Let us learn something about M.C. Setalwal. He was the first and the longest serving Attorney General of India. He was also the chairman of First Law Commission, which was made after independence. Because if I say First Law Commission of India, chairman was Lord Macaulay in 1833, 33 or 35. Lord Macaulay, 1830s. So, but when we are talking about First Law Commission in independent India, he was the chairman, Mr. F.C. Setalwal. Lord Macaulay, let me write. Okay. He became the chairman of Bar Council of India, first chairman in 1961. Similarly, Mr. C.K. Daptari, he was the first Solicitor General of India and second Attorney General of India. So after M.C. Setalwal, he actually became, C.K. Daptari became the Attorney General. So he was the first Solicitor General of India, and he was the first Vice Chairman of the Bar Council of India. Okay. आगे चलते हैं. Let us talk about Bar Council of India. What is their job? What is their power? Which I am showing it from their official website. ठीक है. The Bar Council is a statutory body. We perform regulatory functions by prescribing standards of professional conduct and etiquettes and by exercising disciplinary jurisdiction over the bar. Means if the lawyer misbehaves, or actually with, let's say, the judge or among the colleagues or anything, they can take disciplinary action. We also set standard for legal education and grant recognition to universities, whose degree in law will serve as qualification. Under section 7, mandate for legal profession, legal education in India. They have the power. Why we are talking? Because I'm sure you must be aware that Higher Education Council of India was recommended to be established under National Education Policy 2020. And there was a question that was asked in AILET exam and others, that Higher Education Commission will exclude legal and medical education. Why? Because medical education is having a separate Medical Council of India, etc. Similarly, legal education is regulated by Bar Council of India. So we do not need any Higher Education Council of India. HECI will be established under National Education Policy, but it will exclude legal and medical education because we have a separate body for regulating legal education in India. Okay. Now, what is the job? Lay down standards of professional conduct, lay down procedure to be followed. It's disciplinary committee of each state bar council. Every state has bar councils. That state bar council actually register them as advocates. The upcoming graduates, the law graduates who are passing, they are being registered as advocates under State Bar Council. Safeguard rights, privileges, interests of advocates. Promote and support law firms. Promote legal education. ये सब चीजें है ना. And of course, recognize universities of law. Bar Council also visit and inspect universities. They also inspect universities and direct State Bar Council to visit and inspect universities for this purpose. Organize legal aid to the poor. Recognize the reciprocal basis the foreign qualification obtained outside India for the purpose of admission, manage and invest funds for the Bar Council, many other things, है ना. तो जैसे legal aid for poor की बात है, we have taken a separate class for this. You can watch it. NALSA actually is the one under Article 39 capital A. To implement Article 39 capital A, this has been established free legal aid. So even Bar Council of India also helps in this regard. But main is NALSA has been made, है ना. तो आप देख सकते हो. Other works, है ना. Giving financial assistance to organize welfare scheme for poor, disabled or other advocates. Establish law libraries, giving legal aid, etc. These are the job of Bar Council of India. Okay? And this we have discussed that he had modified the order on the same day after a lot of hue and cry happened. And we have discussed also these things. ये पढ़ सकते हो ये same चीज that we have already discussed. Now you should know, as per Advocate Act, the Attorney General and Solicitor General are ex officio members. Means if someone is an Attorney General or if someone is a Solicitor General, automatically he or she will become the member of Bar Council of India. Automatically. Ex officio means by virtue of. Automatically. Okay. So these are the committees, you can read about it. And of course, there are other works, continuing legal education, teachers training also they provide, research in professional legal legal seminars, research, legal libraries they open, etc. And they also conduct all India bar examination. Please read about it, because once you pass as a law graduate, this will be very important. So from 2020 onwards, we are witnessing only one exam in 1 year, and it is no more an open book exam, etc. Only bare acts are allowed. Basically, it is an all India bar examination, which actually helps you register as an advocate, etc. And you know further in detail about it. But you should know that all India bar examination is conducted by the same BCI. And major powers I have told you. Disciplinary powers regulate legal profession, legal education in India. Okay. That's what you should know. Recognition of law degrees, protection of advocates, legal aid advocates, etc. अब देखो थोड़ा सा मैं डिफरेंस कर देता हूँ, बिकॉज जनरली क्या होता है, व्हाट इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन बार काउंसिल ऑफ इंडिया एंड स्टेट बार काउंसिल? Basically, it is at national level, it is state level. Both are under the same law, Advocates Act 1961. Now, what is the difference actually? Of course, at national level, they regulate overall national level, the legal profession. They regulate at the state level. So when someone passes, actually at the state bar council, the person is registered as an advocate, not at the national level. Okay? And that is why I'm sure you must have seen BCI wrote a letter to state bar council that not to register the NALSAR students. Okay, which was later withdrawn. So that's what we are talking about. It is actually the state bar councils who register the advocates, etc. Okay, so ये state bar council का right side में, and this is Bar Council of India. Rural education organize, promote legal education within its respective state. And they take disciplinary action, etc. also if it is required. So अब चाहो तो पढ़ सकते हो that this AI has explained me in detail. Like for example, if someone has registered, so of course when you pass an LLB, let's say, so you are supposed to register at the state level. For example, let's say you are from Bihar, you passed from LLB from Bihar, so you are supposed to be registered in Bihar Council, Bar Council, like that. And of course, if because of some reason you were disciplinary action were taken against you by the state bar council, or you were not registered as an advocate, so you can file an appeal in the Bar Council, etc. of India at the national level. And of course, they both are not courts. Of course, they are statutory bodies under Advocates Act 1961. ठीक है. अब देखो, do not get confused between Bar Council of India and State Supreme Court Bar Association. This is actually an association of advocates. And a professional association होता है ना, जैसे IPS association, IS association. Every workers body is having their own association, union, like that, similar to that. ठीक है? And Mr. Vikas Singh is the chairman, head of that. There's an election that happens. And Bar Council of India is a regulatory body which is supposed to regulate legal profession and legal education in India. ठीक है? So इसमें confuse नहीं करना है. They do not involve advocates, and they also do not involve advocate because it is done by state bar councils. ठीक है? ये सब clear होना चाहिए. So of course these are the job. So they have the Bar Council of India. They have the job actually to regulate all the legal education standards, set standard of legal education. और ये तो बस एक lawyers की association है, जैसे होता है ना, that's an association of all those trade unions होता है, आप जानते हो गया ना. So something like that. BCI is a regulator, Supreme Court Bar Association is a association, and BCI has full power under Advocates Act 1961. And SCBA is primarily Supreme Court Bar Association is actually a association of advocates, like that. Let us talk something about the chairman of Bar Council of India a little bit. His name is Mr. Manan Kumar Mishra. He is a senior advocate in the Supreme Court of India, chairman of Bar Council, as well as member of Rajya Sabha. Also, he is right now the member of ruling BJP, Bharatiya Janata Party. Earlier, he had served in other parties, Congress, BSP, etc. also. So, he's a member of Rajya Sabha from the state of Bihar. Okay. And he's a chairperson of Bar Council of India for the past 12 years, since 2014. Born in Bihar, Gopalganj, and according to the Wikipedia page, he studied from Gopalganj and obtained a degree in law from Patna University. He's a gold medalist, etc. and all. He's currently member of Rajya Sabha. And yes, these controversies we have already discussed. Okay, what happened was we have discussed that next day people filed a petition and the Supreme Court CJI was not happy that this is a dialogue between me and the students. Why are you intervening? So if the students are criticizing, if the students are not happy with the CJI will deal with it. Why BCI is Bar Council of India is intervening in that. Okay, who is the Bar Council to come between students and me, etc. And he was not happy, etc. Bar Council of India has no business, etc. है ना, ये सब मैंने बात कर लिया है ना. हाँ, Chief Justice of India said fundamental right to profession cannot be threatened for expressing dissent. So first you have to understand Article 19(1)(a) talks about right to freedom of speech and expression. It also includes right to dissent. And then freedom of speech means you are dissenting or disagreeing with someone, even if the person is in power, but in a decent way. Why we are saying? Because nowadays people use abusive language and they say this is free speech. No, abusive language is not a free speech. You can disagree with someone in a non-violent, peaceful way, in a decent manner. That is free speech and that is dissent. Okay. Second thing is, which was highlighted, was Article 19(1)(g), right to practice any profession or to carry on trade, occupation, business, etc. Means right to profession is also my fundamental right under Article 19(1)(g). So if you are barring someone from not being registered as an advocate just because the person had actually written some opinion, so of course that will be violation of right to freedom of dissent and right to profession, because you are blocking his profession also. So that's why the CJI said that fundamental right to a profession, means he was referring to Article 19(1)(g), cannot be threatened for expressing dissent. Dissent is Article 19(1)(a), free speech, right to freedom of speech. So he said that I was also involved in students' activities and campaigns. And so these things actually happened and all. So Mr. K. Parmeshwar was the lawyer who filed a petition for oral hearing by the two former NALSAR students had filed a petition in this regard, etc. ठीक है, ये सब हुआ. Bar Council of India has no jurisdiction of admission. So the petitioner was not happy. So Mr. K. Parmeshwar is the advocate who filed a petition in this regard. And they said, the petitioner said that neither Advocates Act 1961 nor BCI rules actually regulate give BCI the permission to regulate students' conduct or to inquire against them. Okay, so these things were the petitions mentioned in the petition. ठीक है, तो इतना डिटेल अब नहीं जाना है. एक बार क्या हुआ, petitioner had said, actually highlighted this case where actually the Bar Council had earlier set a bar that anyone above 45 years from being enrolled as an advocate. So past की बात है, 1995 judgment है. Bar Council had earlier set some rule that if someone is more than 45 years of age, the person cannot be registered as an advocate. That was struck down by the Supreme Court under this judgment. ठीक है. So these things were in the news. Later on, BCI chairman, when the CJI was unhappy, later on, Bar Council of India chairman, Mr. Manan Kumar Mishra, apologized from the law students amid enrollment ban controversy, etc. Now, when we are talking about CJI Suryakant event, actually, we had seen even earlier also on the 8th August, means almost 3, 4, 5 days before that, TISS Tata Institute of Social Sciences, they had also postponed the convention because the students were actually not happy with the CJI as chief guest, etc. So some similar type of incidents we had seen also. People were saying, we are not 100% sure, but there were reports that perhaps the students were unhappy and the CJI was supposed to come. So there were fear that maybe the students will start protesting, etc. So because they did not explicitly wrote the reason, but they said actually we are taking the decision to postpone the convocation because of unforeseen circumstances. Not only that, I was reading the news yesterday, and NLCI student, Bangalore, NLCI Bangalore students and alumni also opposed CJI and BCI chairman attending the convocation. That the Bar Council of India chairman and the Chief Justice of India should not come in the convocation, even in NLCI Bangalore. So these things were in the news. Not only that, I saw actually yesterday also, I was reading an article that 3 lawyers collective wrote a letter that Bar Council of India chairman, Mr. Manan Kumar Mishra, should resign. So these are All India Lawyers Association for Justice, National Alliance for Justice and Accountability and Rights, and Queer Lawyer Association. These 3 have written letter. Almost 700 members are there in these 3 organizations. Okay, so these things actually were in the news. So this is all about today's class. Please subscribe to our channel, press the like button, share this video. Thank you everyone. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.